What's up, everybody, and welcome to the South Park Phone Destroyer Weekly Update for week 20 of year 2. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. Welcome in. My name's Glanzer, and this is Glanzer Gaming. I want to give a huge shout out to F Meister for the sub and Friedbo for bringing in that raid. Appreciate you guys being here. Bacon, Pegs, Singing Fly, Dr. Gonads, Dr. Dragon, F Meister. What's up, everybody? Friedbo and everybody who came in with him, Rabbit, Rabidicus, Outcast, Patriarchy Smasher, Patutski, Garashi, welcome in, everybody. We're gonna get started today. We got some excitement coming in, a new card. It's really funny, I was just talking about how I've never had I don't currently have any knowledge of any new card or anything coming out. And that was completely true until about 4 o'clock this morning when Buck woke up and dropped the information about the City Walk guide. So it's exciting. We'll talk about that a little bit later on the developer update part of the stream. But there is a new card, Mr. Kim, aka the City Walk guy. So be excited to talk about that. See what that's gonna be all about. Sounds like I'm on speaker instead of on a microphone. Oh, you know what? That's probably because it's way over here. That'll work a little better, I think. Thanks, Pegs. I would have gone a long time. Did I know about the City Walk guy yesterday? I did not. I was telling the truth. I really didn't know anything about City Walk guy. We don't really get any extra information. Like, not extra information, but we don't get new information much sooner than you guys anymore. We used to, like, and it kind of depends. Like Super Craig and Wonder Tweak, we knew like 3 weeks in advance that those cards were coming, and because they had them ready, they just didn't know when they were going to release them. But this City Walk guy, I had no fucking clue that was coming. Another fantasy card, kind of bullshit when like Leanne just came out, so, but we'll see. We will see. Take off the shirt. Hey, yellow's a good color. Don't be hating on this shirt. But we also have some excitement. I think it was a couple weeks ago, actually might be a couple months ago by now. I was talking about how awesome it would be to see a tie in the top bracket and how unlikely that would be. Just simply because, you know, there's 5,000 some points involved, there's 50 people, you could have the same amount of losses, the same amount of wins, whatever, and be off by 1 or 2 points because one person that lost their game got 1 bar in their loss, you know. So there's a lot of different ways where you can just change the score by 1 or 2 points. But this week, Free-to-Play Whales and Illuminati actually tied 55-79. Pretty crazy. We did have 2 disconnects this week. Every week. One of them was SimQ. SimQ was back in the team, and he, I think he was streaming it. Or at least he has a video of it, and it's like he waited for the opponent for like 15 minutes or some shit like that, and when he quit, he had a loss. So really frustrating. What's up, attractive American? But yeah, ties are crazy, man. It's crazy, like 55-79 is a pretty strange score too. Like 56-20 is a little bit more average. I think I've seen that before. But it's so frustrating because every single week, now Illuminati probably had a couple disconnects too, so it's not like necessarily we would have won over them or anything like that, but it's just really frustrating because every week the bracket's decided by DCs, whether it's Illuminati getting 3rd that week because of a couple DCs, or us getting 3rd, or, you know, maybe Dire Tide getting 2nd instead of 1st, or 1st instead of 2nd, based on one. I mean, there was 1 week where there was 5 losses between the 2 teams. That's it. 5 losses is like 2-2-1, and they were all disconnects, every single one of them. And it's not like our players are just saying, oh, I disconnected, that's how I lost. Like, we have video proof of all of these disconnects. If somebody loses to somebody and doesn't tell us, we find out that they lost to somebody. If someone says, oh, I disconnected, somewhere around there's somebody going around saying, hey, I just beat a free-to-play whale. And usually there's a video, and usually it's pretty obvious if it says, usually it's pretty obvious if, like, all of a sudden the guy stopped playing. Or if he didn't play any cards to start, you know. Idebo coming in with the subscription with that Twitch Prime. Don't forget, if you have Twitch Prime, you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, you can connect it and get a free sub to your favorite streamer every week, every month. Check it out. So the current standings, Dire Tide slowly making up some progress, but it's just incredible how far behind they are. They've beaten us and Illuminati like quite a bit recently, but it doesn't even seem to matter. It's pretty crazy. But TMI and Chef's Elite are playing a little bit differently. Chef's Elite, you see, with 48 people. It'd be interesting to see free-to-play Illuminati and Dire Tide agree one week to play at 48, or to play at whatever Chef's playing at, to try to catch them and try to knock them down and get Dire Tide up to the 3 spot where they should be. What's up, Black Spidey? That would be pretty fun. But yeah, it's getting a little bit more interesting up at the top. Still about, what's 310 now? I thought it was 290 last week. I'm not sure how we got 10 points. Chef's Elite's gonna be #1 before the year's over, yeah. I mean, if we keep fucking each other, if free-to-play whales and Illuminati keeps fucking each other up every bracket, one of them's getting first or one of them's getting second, that's technically lowering the amount of caps, or I guess it's crowns at this stage, right? Crowns that both of us are getting. So if Chefs keeps popping out #1s in gold, technically they're gonna catch up to us. I think it's been about 700 like that for quite a while though, so. How are they ever in the top bracket? I don't know, man. I don't know. And how free-to-play Dire Tide and Illuminati are always in the top bracket when there's so many teams that are running 50 people. I mean, there's so many, especially, like, I get it after this season has gone through a couple times. Like, crowns are just fancy bucket hats, exactly. So if you're looking at the ladder in the beginning of the season versus the end of the season, like, I get it at the end of the season, all of our players, all of Illuminati's players, all of Dire Tide's players, they're all at the top of the ladder. We have the most caps. If it's based on your caps, it makes sense that we would match up consistently in the last couple weeks of the season. But when the season just restarted and we're still getting matched up with Illuminati or Dire Tide every week, then it doesn't give a shit about that then, because there'd be so many people who would be getting similarly caps, 7,500, 7,000, some 8,000. Like, there'd be a lot of teams like that, unless no team is running 50-50 except for us. I mean, it's possible. Nobody wants to be in that bracket with us and catch that 4th and 5th place. So why wouldn't they all just sit at 0? Isn't it relatively new that Dire Tide, free-to-play, and Allu are so often in the same bracket? Yeah, relatively new. I mean, not relatively new. Relatively new in the scope of Team Wars, yeah. But it's been like 3 months where we've been matched up together pretty much every week. And if it wasn't all 3 of us, it was just one of us. Like, Illuminati and Dire Tide were duking it out, and free-to-play was in a different bracket, or free-to-play and Illuminati were in a bracket, or free-to-play and Dire Tide were in a bracket, but the other one wasn't. Like, it's been one of them at least. Some teams have gotten a break every once in a while, and, you know, been in a different bracket. But I think one time Illuminati was in a different bracket and they lost, or Dire Tide was in a different bracket and they lost. Or I think Illuminati was in a different bracket, was in a bracket with Dire Tide. Dire Tide beat them, and so we got some that time. I think that's what happened. I can't remember. Yeah, no games today. But pretty exciting stuff at the top. At least it's been competitive. It's nice. It makes you. I mean, not everybody, but some people wouldn't like it. Some people don't want the competition. Some people would just rather be at the top and don't care about it. But it really has made some people kind kind of reinvest into South Park, you know, show like, oh, you know, it's not guaranteed that we'll be top anymore, you know, let's focus back and, you know, let's get some more PvP packs and build my deck a little bit more, stuff like that. What up, Symmetrical Illusion? Glad you got your giveaway pack, man. Exclamation point SPPD for the giveaway. Well, the loss was on Moody. It was the one loss I took. It was on Moody, and I went up against somebody with level 5 legends. So it's just like, it's our first week back in gold, and I always have at least one matchup where it's just I'm the potato, and I just had no chance against the level 5 man bear pig. I think he got it poped off because I didn't have Unholy in my hand, so like there's nothing I could have done. I think I killed the first one, but couldn't deal. Get transmog before they ban it, yeah, right? Get the transmog before they ban you. So I think Poseidon was really useful this week. Let's see if we can heal up the Poseidon. Get that Choir Boy do some extra damage. That plus 117 was nice. Healing the Poseidon, slowing down that base level bitch. That 4805, man. Silver League is just brutal. How's your hydrate? He's now 3 out of 15. Yeah, I got nothing great for Team Wars packs this week. I think the Adventure Lock got another Satan, which is always okay. It's never bad to get a Satan, you know. Wanted to just drop the Fireball, but we're pretty safe here. Hoping that the Man Bear Pig... Oh, he gets brutalized. Yeah, wait for it. Wait for it. And, you know, I didn't even need to do the Man Bear Pig. The rats would have taken that bar without him. But what can you do? The guy's not great. I mean, it happened. All right. Adventure Lock number 2. Oh, that's weird. I have 2 named 2. Oh, that's strange. Okay. MC over Unholy this week? I doubt it. I think Unholy is probably the choice. Mind Control is just too situational and it can still put you in a bad spot. Because like I could Mind Control like a 6 element or like a sexy nun type character, and when the Mind Control's over, she could still be alive. I actually haven't showered yet today. I was gonna shower right before the weekly update, but I laid down and Albus laid next to me and I took a little nap with him because he's still laying over there. Bubby! He's still laying right where he was laying. And he laid right by my head. Like I laid down and I was like, Alexa, set a 15-minute timer. Just to, you know, just to relax, and then get everything ready for the stream. And then he came like 10 minutes into my nap, and I woke up and he was like by my head, and I was just like, oh my god, he's so cute. I think the Gunslinger was actually a really good fucking choice this week, and I can't remember what the alternative was for him. Was it Shelly? I don't think that was the choice. Why would you go I can't remember what the choice was for him, but Gunslinger was fucking fantastic. I mean, he survives that bar, and then he can continue to just brutalize with the Man Bear Pig. I mean, that's not a push you can stop, you know? Wendy? Yeah, I think Wendy definitely wasn't the choice. I don't know why you wouldn't go Gunslinger. Man, what a bad choice. Okay, Adventure Lock number 2. Mr. Slimy. Stinky Glands, trying for the Manly Glands moniker. No, I don't stink. Not like I ran a marathon or anything. And I've been showering at night typically, because I'm working from home. It's just easier to roll out of bed and start working and then shower later. Won all 3 of my matches, not even playing Man Bear Pig. Yeah, I didn't play Man Bear Pig on my main account because he was level 3, so I just did it without him. The Sexy Nun Randy was just fine. The swash I don't think was the choice though. Like the swash would be the choice. This kind of made me sad because I had such a sick group there, but I killed them all with Garrison, so they didn't even get a chance to shine. I should have let them fuck shit up, and then Garrison would have had his ability on the new kid, but he still gets his ability on the new kid, so doesn't really bother me too much. These poor guys I match up against. Suck it! Yeah, use your ability. I don't give a fuck. Boop 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 boop. I hate that. See, they even though they're dead, they still get their attack off, and Shelly still takes the damage because they don't technically die until they hit the ground, and their attack animation continues while they're in the air. While the cards are in the air, they should be stunned while they're in the air. Knockback should be equivalent to a stun. Shouldn't be able to knock someone back and then have them use their ability midway through the animation and then die when they hit the ground but still have the animation off. Like, that's just not fair. What is this guy fucking laughing at? I think this is the prick that blocks me from the 114. I couldn't get the 114, I get 113. We had one guy who didn't play, or he could beat you guys. Oh, was that Namblings? Oh, you had a player AWOL? Well, shit, man. Let's get Namblings up to the top 5. I just gave up this bar to try to take the last bar. 41 seconds. No! No! How am I gonna do it? I should have just let him take in the bar, and then, like, I'm kind of forced to get it. Can't unholy the man bear pig, so, but it's 24 seconds. It's a long time. There's 2 coming. Maybe he doesn't have the energy to stop the Ike. He does have 2 energy. I think Ike's gonna 2-shot her. He does. Drops the. I should have dropped the deckhand right behind him. Oh no! Unholy of it, go forward. No, we couldn't get it. If he would have survived, if Deckhand would have survived and not taken that hit from Shelly, that was unfortunate. Very unfortunate. We got insane titty monkeys coming through. You lost by 6 points? Damn. Yeah, it's crazy when shit gets that close. I mean, tying is crazy. What's even crazier is the people on Facebook who couldn't understand why the next team got 4th place and not 3rd place. They're like, yeah, but in sports, if you win and you tie for 2nd place, then the next guy gets the awards. No, they don't. If you have 2 people tie for silver in the Olympics, nobody gets the fucking bronze. 4th place doesn't get the bronze. They don't all of a sudden come up with more. The medal totals will be all fucked up then. If you get 5 people in a 100-meter dash and they tie for 1st place, this fucking 6th person doesn't get. Oh, this was close. Wendy almost died. Almost died. The 6th person doesn't get 2nd place. It's stupid. But anyway, that was really close. That's got me scared. That kind of taught me a lesson. Like, I gotta be careful about what I play when Man Bear Pig's gonna get poked, because a half a fraction of a second different, and I couldn't poke. I would have poked back Wendy. And I got lucky that I had the heal, or not the heal, had the energy for the poke when I did. I self-divined? What does that even mean? Just as bad as free-to-play getting 3rd. It was one time! We had somebody fucking ghost us to do it, so if that's what it takes, so be it. 1st place for years, who cares what happens at this point? That guy didn't know what hit him. Moody, killing it in Gold League. The rest of my team, not so much. We got last place, and we either need to drop to like 40 players or something to have a chance in gold, or we just need to keep bopping from fucking gold to silver. And I did actually get a gold, or get a legendary in the pack for Moody on 5th place, so you can still get progress for sure. I self divine. Elf divine? Is elf divine? Ooh, are elves divine? That's a good question. I shouldn't have even used that because it was probably better for me to just get rid of the pigeons and the damage from the pigeons. This is another situation where if he were to unholy this, we'd be fuckered in the butt. But we AoE it. Man, if there wasn't the AoE on Man Bear Pig, he would have gotten brutalized right there. But the choir boy helping me along the side. Playing rats into the Man Bear Pig? I mean, what are you doing? Jesus, to just keep the carnage going a little bit further. The rat got on the top side of me though, that was interesting. The unholy on the Man Bear Pig the second time, which means the sexy nun is good to go, but that was his last of his energy. That was the only thing he could do. So we successfully guess, and look at this, Jesus gonna spawn and defend from the Smuggler Ike. We don't have to play another card, so that's pretty sweet. Rats into Man Bear Pig is so last season, right? Jesus coming through that level 3, not bad. Pretty good damage from the JC man. We got his Man Bear Pig coming out. Wonder if we can get this 114 salvaged. We can kill this guy. I don't know how you do it. You pigeon gets fireballed. You can fireball here, maybe save him. That guy just kind of dies and doesn't really do anything. It does get that one hit off though. What are we gonna do? 1 minute for the bar. That's a good fireball. Just let him take the bar and then fireball. There we go, I like it. I like it. Let him start hitting the bar and hit him on the backside. Get a couple Pidgeys on the front. Make sure he doesn't take 2 bars with it. Maybe have the unholy for the Pope. Ooh, he puts the sexy nun Randy out. We'll just drop the unholy. Make sure that he doesn't have a chance to Pope the Man Bear Pig and take a counter win on us. Always be playing, baby. Let's go. Man Bear Pig's not meta. It's 6,500, right? Oscar X Medal 4. Well, there's the Shelly that's not gonna stop it. This level 3383 in gold is just ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. This guy had all the same chance to match up against my main account, you know, half an hour later. Or if I would have ran that account a little bit earlier, it's just like crazy. Yeah, heal the little bitch. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, she's still alive. That little bitch survived forever because of Jesus. That was awesome. Talk about your fucking victories. And Poseidon still surviving in the back. We could have gotten that Pope with the fireball or the unholy, but we weren't really paying attention. That was a nice fireball on his part. Kind of caught me off guard. Dropping that behind him. One shot doom. Jesus coming back to help defend a little bit. Might actually be enough to stop the 6. No, or not the 6, the sexy. The pigeons out there bait that fireball. But he already used it, so there's no bait for it. He already used his range cards as well, so there's nothing to kill him. The pigeons was a pretty good play this week. As long as you played it smart, not into the fireball. So let's just play our Ike. Nope, play our Wendy. It's only level 4, so it's not too strong. Don't care if it hits me. The slow actually helps me, keeps Wendy further away from the enemy, so that's actually good. Get that level 3 Man Bear Pig out there. Let's go. Level 3. Running bitches over. Wendy coming out with that heal. Look at the thighs on that bitch. If he gets the unholy on it, which he might, then we got the Pope coming out. We want to be careful on what we drop out, but at this point, we'll probably be able to Pope back what we need. Get that Ike in there for that huge damage into the next bar. No, he died before it. Oh, the Man Bear Pig is glitched. No, won't do damage. He is. He shouldn't have killed the Man Bear Pig. The Man Bear Pig wasn't gonna hurt anybody. And he wastes his energy killing a card that didn't have any damage. All right, let's roll into the main account and then we'll go to the buckets. Lay buckets. Peace out, Friedbo. Have a good day at work. MXC Snatch Trance. Snatch Trance. Hilarious. Snatch. Snatch Trance. All right, what's he doing back here? Trying to catch me off guard? It almost worked. If he would have dropped the fireball there, it might have been a different story. He does take some good damage here, so now we're at a threat. Are we gonna lose? Nope, we'll be fine. The Adventure Lock did just get Man Bear Pig to level 4, so we'll probably start playing Man Bear Pig on the Adventure Lock as well. Even though we don't have that Pope, we'll play it smart. Probably put in Sam and Pocahontas and try to bait all the removal with those 2 cards. And when they've been successfully removed, we drop that Man Bear Pig. Ooh, an Ike, barely alive, destroying the bar. Beautiful. Oh, and the step, the good step, just because the levels were up. No big deal. Got the Sexy Nun and the Man Bear Pig level 3 just chilling. Probably lead with the Sharpshooter. Yeah. Sharpshooter Shelly, don't fuck with her at level 5, man. The Wendy Rage. What's this guy so mad about? At least it's not a Man Bear Pig level 4. I mean, this guy had Man Bear Pig level 4. This guy had everything he needed to beat me this week. But the pigeons are in. Kicking some ass. Keep him damaged away. The fireball doesn't hit the Sexy Nun because we used his ability. The one pigeon survives to help. We got to get that Unholy Combustion ready. Should be pretty close. We try to proc the Poseidon to slow down the Pope in case he throws down the Pope, but we doesn't need it. He doesn't try. And there it is, but we take it out before he even had the chance anyway. Poor guy. Poor guy. All right, let's go. Next. 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 Don't forget, guys, we got a new card to look at later on. There's gonna be a lot to talk about it. There's a lot of nuances to its ability, a lot of speculation that could be had, so it'll be exciting to talk about that. See what else is coming down the pipe in the future of South Park Phone Destroyer. We got another game where Man Bear Pig will not be played. This guy is ranked 5134, so very unlikely that he stands a chance. But look at that, he's got the same level Man Bear Pig as me, so it's very, very possible that the dude catches a win. Except I'll probably have levels on him so much everywhere else that it won't even matter. The slow is really nice on the Man Bear Pig. Even though he's slowing me, the Man Bear Pig slow just seems a little bit more brutal. The fireball coming out, not hitting the Choir Boy, which is nice. Man Bear Pig switching over to Choir Boy was unfortunate though. It would have been nice if he would have stayed on the Sexy Nun, but Choir Boy does clean up the Ike, which is nice. Cleaning out 2 energy for him, letting me not worry too much about the level 3 Man Bear Pig. He does survive that level 5. We want to make sure we have the Pope ready in our sights. Is it gonna, oh, it's right there, and that's game over. And that's game over. Shelly and the rats are gonna come through. In reality, I probably didn't even have to play the rats there, because his Shelly wasn't gonna stop my Shelly, that's for damn sure. But let's see what we can do. Kill the Shelly. Anything dropped on the Shelly will get destroyed by that ability. Hopefully this lets her survive. Didn't even have to play anything because Shelly would have actually dealt with the Choir Boy. But we're fine there. Get the ability off. No, beat us to the punch. Couldn't proc it early either, so not too much we could do there, but the Choir Boy is gonna come through. The guy played pretty well, but he just didn't have the levels, didn't have the deck. Hey Greglar, what's up, buddy? Do I have a Shitty Walk copy to test in friendlies yet? No, I'll probably get it on Thursday. Sometimes we don't even get it till the beginning of the event. Like we'll get it right away, but because the hacker is a little bit less prevalent now. Before it was like, we're not gonna give it to you because the hacker is just gonna play with a copy of it and leak everything to everybody, right? But I don't know if they're still able to do that, so we'll see. We'll see if that changes going forward. Maybe we'll get copies earlier. We have definitely gotten copies earlier sometimes, but then sometimes it doesn't happen, so we'll see. But exclamation point SPPD for the giveaway. We'll be doing that at the end of the stream. Don't forget, 350 cash, 2,000 coins, and 3,000 PvP tickets, as well as 3 copies of one epic of your choice. So another Man Bear Pig level 4 coming at us. A lot of teams seem to have kept Poseidon at base level, which is fine. His ability still does the work, but that extra little bit of health is actually pretty important. We're gonna play our pigeons to defend his pigeons, and we're gonna heal our pigeons that got damaged, so that was pretty nice. We didn't heal all 3 of them though. It would have been nice. Looks like Wendy kind of heals whoever's closest and doesn't think about if they're full health or not, so that's too bad. If he could have ignored the ones that were fully healed. We do got that for the Pope. It's not the Pope, but the garrison was 5 energy. That'll stop the puzzle. This puzzle. That'll stop him from being able to stop us. What's the name? Jinnapugazaba? It's Pegizzle! It's Pegs! It's Pegs! The level 5 coming at us. And the level 4. All of this trying to take the bar. A lot of pressure. Is the choir boy gonna do it? No. Easily dealt with it. He thought maybe he could catch us off guard, but he was not able to. Peggles for shizzle. Piggle for shizzle. What up, Rabbit Butterfly? We got the Poseidon and the Wendy coming out. Could have done it. New Kid does get slowed there too, so he wasn't putting up a lot of damage. But the Man Bear Pig is nowhere to be seen. A lot of people might just sit on their unholy waiting on that Man Bear Pig. I put it out front because I wanted a little bit more pressure. Wanted to be able to turn that into the next bar. So even though the Poseidon might take the bar, I'm not too worried about it. Trying to guarantee the 3rd bar. Clean that up. Now the Pope here would be devastating, but at the same time, there was no way he had the energy for it. And I was hoping, there you go, that it wouldn't matter, because at the time, Sexy Nun's gonna turn around and get pushed away by his little choir boy. And the pigeons are helping out, so I wasn't too worried about him. We had such a lead on energy and lead in positioning that nothing he did was gonna really matter, especially with the level 3 Man Bear Pig. I'm not really worried about that. But that level 4 Man Bear Pig, that's scary. All right, now let's look at La Buckets. Lay Buckets. So the main account, 3 wins without even playing Man Bear Pig. Not bad at all. It's epic, right? I don't remember, we'll see. It's 4 cost, that's what I remember. I don't remember if it's epic or not. It is epic, that's crazy how many epics the Fantasy has. I mean, the last 3 new cards for Fantasy were epics, right? Slave plus Leanne plus City Walk guy. There might be one in the middle, I'm forgetting. Man Bear Pig into City Walk. That's such a funny play. I wish it was, I mean, it would make sense to do it with Man Bear Pig if it was like, if it did bonus damage as like a percentage of health or something like that. So instead of doing 100 damage, it does 200 damage or something like that, you know, just an extra percentage or something. But otherwise, there's not really any point. Swashbuckler, I just don't think was the choice this week. Most teams didn't level her up very much, and she's not very useful unless she's got a bunch of health to tank, you know, the damage she's gonna inevitably take, because she's fucking taunting the whole group. After that is Gunslinger. Gunslinger died. Oh, it would be Man Bear Pig if he popes. It would be the Man Bear Pig. Do we have Unholy or Fireball in our hand? Can't tell. Fireball? You're not even gonna try? Oh, right when I played, that's so funny. What an asshole. Right when I went to play a card, he dropped it. It was smart. I mean, if he did that on purpose, it's smart, but the pigeons are there to fuck shit up, and the choir boy comes on the top side and takes the 1 hit. That's all we really need. Fireball and Unholy, we'll probably take it now, I think. Can't remember if we upgraded Unholy or not. No, Unholy's 3, it's only 30 plus the 70. Yep, not enough. Not enough damage, so we can't chip it away, but we don't have to really worry about the 3. We still got the card levels that we need. The Fireball coming out. Incredible. He's just doing everything that he can to stop us from this bar. Can't wait to turn my opponent's Transmog against them with City Walk guy. Or the opponent's Leanne would be pretty crazy too. You drop some gnomes. I mean, people have to run gnomes and rats and Cox and Randy, but it'd be pretty fun. Be pretty fun. Unholy there, so now the Pope on this motherfucker is good to go. But I believe we lead with Randy and we do Pope way later. Yeah, you're Jabin's deck basically. Nice, but the problem is that you gotta, for her to work, you really have to play her soon because she doesn't interrupt attack animations. So if somebody's already attacking to kill your guy, it's not gonna interrupt the animations and stop them. Man, those rats just killed 2 people without an issue. Keeping that 114 intact, all those points mattered this week. What up, people? It's been a long time. Hey, what up, Seal? Welcome in, man. Failed emotes. You suck, Jamin. Do you have to have the H capitalized for tryhard? Alright, we got that main bear pig level 4 on this account though, which was a better account than my main. So honestly, this, my alt account had a better deck than my main. I don't know how I still have man bear pig level 3 on my main account. It's fucking ridiculous. What's up, Grump? It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm sitting like 6 out of 8 on them. But I never bought those Satan man bear pig packs, you know, so I guess that makes sense. What up, Equinox? Welcome in, everybody. Glad to see you all for the weekly update. We're about to get into the developer update for the week, which is what most people care about. But we got the deck to go through. We'll probably roll through the deck. This deck doesn't seem too difficult this week to choose from. Smoke 'em back. Wendy ain't shit. Whoever thought Shelly wasn't a good choice is wrong. Wrong, baby. Look at her. Look at the threat she's putting on motherfuckers. Doesn't die because she's fat and beefy. Play that fucking Wendy out. Bait the fireball or something on him. Kill that bitch. You ain't got shit. Hopefully new kid starts attack. Nope. Can we heal? Oh, tried to heal the Ike, but we didn't. The man bear pig level 2 taking some damage. Decided not to drop the pigeons because it was just fireball bait. But can't even see the Wendy's health, but my lord, she stayed alive for an hour and a half. I could have had that, but wasn't worried about the level 2 man bear pig. It actually probably was better to have him play the Pope and lose the energy on the Unholy. Well, I mean, I guess if I would have sniped it, it wouldn't have mattered, but... This is why they increased CM, can't have so many cocks out at once. Oh yeah, that's crazy. He was going for Jesus, but we made the right choice and picked Shelly. Jesus was pretty cool, but I mean, he's just... I mean, we used him and kind of got some value out of him, but I don't know. Both of them aren't very great. All right, Poseidon coming out. Nice lead card all game. Smuggler on the top side. I did on the top left so that I could get 1 charge off before it mattered, so that if I ended up going head to head with somebody, I would do an extra 40 damage, which ends up, I think, being important here. We slow them down. I'm just gonna stack a little bit here. I'm just forcing them to play too much. See, that plus 40 ends up going on fucking New Kid. It was pretty crazy. I'm just forcing them to play cards. We take out his Zen, which is fucking sick, to do that without like losing position on his side. So this guy will probably get removed, and this is where the Shelly might die. So do we decide, do we try to Pope it? Do we play other things to try to protect the Shelly? What do we do? But Shelly can look out for herself and stay alive just long enough for us to get the Pope back and actually protect the Shelly. And the New Kid kills the gunslinger up there that was killing the Shelly. So Shelly survives the push and gets healed by the Wendy coming, unless the fireball comes, but we get those aerial attacks, but they all die. No, the Pope survives. Will the man bear pig glitch? No, it looked like he was about to, but he didn't. He'll stop all the defenses. Man bear pig too strong this week. Well played. Well played. All games very simple, no difficult games this week, but all of them were played very well, which enabled them to be simple. We did get blocked from 1 bar and we lost 1 game by just sheer levels alone, but you can't hate. It was a good week, very interesting week as far as the brackets went. A lot of losses that shouldn't have happened. A lot of people took losses this week that don't normally take losses, so it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. This next week seems really, really simple in comparison. What's up, Gandhi Floss? Gandhi flossing them booty cheeks. What's up? Oh, wrong one. All right, let's look at the current deck here. Now this week, I don't think we have a whole lot of real choices that are going to really make us think too much. Ice Sniper versus Angel Wendy. This is kind of similar to the Shelly Wendy choice that we had last week. Angel Wendy does have a lot of application, especially, you know, if you have that ninju out there to heal a target or to heal a group that got ninjued, help them survive a little bit more. But you could also heal through the Marine Craig poison, or heal through the Alien Clyde poison possibly. So very interesting. You had a match for a Manbear Pig was your last card. That sucks, man. That sucks. All right, so in this week for Namblues, I want Ice Sniper. I think Ice Sniper's base level attack is just much better. But for most other cases, I think Angel Wendy might just be what you want to do, because she's common versus the rare that Ice Sniper. So if you have some extra caps at the end, you could get her upgraded a level or two to help out. And otherwise, the freeze is great for Ice Sniper, but she dies so easily that it's just, I mean, the Marine Craig would kill her probably. Nathan could easily chip her down with AoE. Like, it's hard to get the value from Ice Sniper. Whereas Wendy, it's not as hard because she's going to be protected by a push almost every time. And you get a little bit more utility out of her now. I think that her ability has changed slightly. And the Ice Sniper, after that first one, you're not going to get that second freeze off probably, because she's probably going to be dead. But there's no Arrow Storm this week. Usually there's an Arrow Storm to deal with the Ice Sniper, so the Ice Sniper could get some value with that freeze for sure. You couple that freeze with the heal or the hyperdrive, it could get really deadly, or the Osimo freeze too. So that one I think is a toss-up. I think either one will be a perfect choice, and the Angel Wendy just saves you some caps, so pretty simple there. Namblues over under 750 points this week. Or is it? Are we in gold? Are we in gold for the first week? We'll have more than 750 points. We got some gunners in there, man. If everybody waits till Sunday night. Nah, man, we still do pretty well even if we have base level cards in silver. Alien Clyde versus Hercules. There's a lot of charge cards. There's a lot of charge cards, so Hercules might be useful. You could stop the Garrison, you could stop the Sexy Nun, you could stop the Osimo, you could stop the Program Stan or the Poseidon, you could stop the Mecha. You know, there's quite a few cards that you could stop their ability, but other than Garrison, all the cards still will get value, even if, like, they'll probably still kill your Hercules. Your Hercules will run to them, stop the charge, but then he's dead. So it's like a 3-cost. Well, Nathan without like an Arrow Storm or something like that. Nathan, if you can keep a level 6 Nathan alive, you're gonna do okay. Now, as long as somebody doesn't realize that, hey, that's the only leveled card he has, and starts unholy combustioning the Nathan, then hopefully the Garrison takes you home. But we'll see. It'll be interesting for sure. It's always fun to see the weeks where we only have 2 cards. Like, it's better than, I'd take Nathan Garrison over Nathan Rats any day when Poison's an option. We've had that twice, and we won one of those weeks. So don't sleep on those base level cards, man. If you pick the right cards, the base level cards can do pretty good. So I think Alien Clyde, though, is going to be your choice at the upper levels, because it's really the only possible way to deal with Mecha Timmy. If they lead with Mecha, drop that, get the damage. Even if they lead with Zen, Alien Clyde's an okay lead in my opinion if you don't have any other good starts, because you do a lot of damage to the Zen, like a lot of damage to the Zen, and it helps keep him out of the fray, get back into the rotation. So not bad to play the Alien Clyde. But your target really would be for the Mecha. That would be the goal. But if you could grab the Nathan with it or something like that, you know, that would work too. So I would go for most places, I would go the I would go the angel or the alien for sure. And the Nathan, as much as I love Marine Craig, I think Nathan, without any real AoE damage or anything like that, I think Nathan's utility of the AoE to help muck up Sexy Nun Randy's gonna have little homies out there. There's gonna be people sitting next to the Osimo. He's not gonna be frozen, so that's gonna help. Would you knock it off, Cloud Chucker? He's not gonna get frozen by the Osimo. He's gonna have a really good range. So we're not gonna have to worry about him dying. I mean, there's really no way to fucking kill the Nathan this week. I don't know. I think that's a good choice. I mean, you could get Marine Craig on him twice and kill him. But yeah, I think Nathan's gonna be tough to kill. Now that goes the same for Marine Craig too. I mean, Marine Craig level 6 does good damage and does a pretty good chunk to New Kid. So you could potentially win games with the Marine Craig too. Saves you some caps, him being common instead of rare. So I could see people playing both for sure, catching wins with the chip from Marine Craig. Definitely useful. Making sure Glanzer has healthy kidneys. So the Dougies, the choice here is the Engineer Dougie. Or is that Power Fist? I don't know. I don't care. Prophet Dougie is definitely the worst option. So no choice but to roll that one this week. And no matter what, there's a Dougie, so it's going to be interesting. That's why the Mind Control might be a good play. But I don't think so. I think the Unholy on the Sexy Nun, the Unholy on the Garrison, the Unholy on the Mecha, if it's a problem, like that's really going to be helpful. Or the Unholy on an Osimo is going to fuck you up. The Unholy is really important this week. At lower levels, you want to run Cyborg because you can leave them base, but if you can level them up, Hermes, that Epic Assassin, when you pull in that low level New Kid, that Epic Assassin, you can sneak them up on the top side and they can do hella damage. They can one-shot the bar at some point. So that's, with the Dougie in there, with the Marine Craig in there, that's going to be important. I think I like Garrison this week, honestly, if you can level him up to 4 and stuff. A lot of people won't have him leveled up, though. That's really why you wouldn't want to pick him. Obviously, Sexy Nun Randy is a useful card. We saw him in the last Team Wars do very well. Couple him with the Ninja could get pretty dangerous. But Garrison would be so punishing this week. You could get the Ninja, you could get the Nathan or the Marine Craig, the Wendy's. You could tag any of the fighters. You could even grab the Dougie. There's no real swarm for him to deal with the AoE. So he'll probably get beat up by some assassins pretty quick. But if you can keep him alive, maybe slow his defenders with the Poseidon, he'll be able to chunk a lot of damage off people and really, really matter. So I think that's going to be a money card. We'll get him to like level 5 on the Adventure Lock and see what happens. But Sexy Nun might be the choice for most teams because most people will have him leveled. He was pretty meta for a while, so a lot of people will have him leveled at least to 4. So pretty useful. Mecha versus Ninja. I'm on the Mecha train this week, I think, just because anytime there's an enemy mind control option, I like the Mecha because you could potentially just Mecha the mind control and then make that 4 cost worthless. You could Mecha the Dougie to slow him down. You could Mecha the Poseidon or the Stan and take his ability. You could Mecha the Osimo, take the ability. You could Mecha someone who just got cyborged and bring them back to you. Yeah, with Mecha, mind control is kind of useless. Yeah, if you're sitting on it, I mean, it depends on the positioning, obviously. If you can mind control someone behind and they won't get, obviously that matters, but yeah, Mecha's a lot of, I mean, obviously, if you get the Ninja out, though, there's no real removal this week. There's no AoE, there's no Fireball. If you get the Ninja on even, like, Marine Craig and Angel Wendy, like, that could be game over right there. So the Ninja has its place, but I think the Mecha, even if you leave it, like maybe you don't even level it to level 4, maybe you leave it level 3 and dump your caps elsewhere. That's totally viable, I think, this week because the Mecha, but the Mecha levels are just really important because the longer that The longer the mind control goes on, just the better. Doesn't increase stats from base level to level 2. Yeah, exactly. With Ninja, you definitely have to level them up, for sure. Hyperdrive versus the Hallelujah. There's a lot of assassins, which makes the Hyperdrive alluring, but with the Osimo, the Sexy Nun, the Mecha, if you have a Hallelujah, you could protect your push, you could save your push, you could save your defense, you could save the Mecha that's about to die, but will survive if he just has a little more health, and that could win you the game, right? So it'll be really interesting on what you could do with the hyperdrive, but I don't think there's as many use cases for the hyperdrive. I think it would be harder to get value from the hyperdrive, and think about the counter. I drop hyperdrive on a push. When the push is about dead, they drop the Hallelujah, and all of a sudden I'm at the disadvantage because my ability, if I don't get something from that hyperdrive and I don't kill that push, then I'm probably gonna get counter pushed, because if he has the units to Hallelujah, I'm at the disadvantage at that point. So the counters for the hyperdrive, and especially when you have the freeze, you have the program freeze, you have the Osimo freeze, you have the potential for the ice sniper freeze, you could easily get your hyperdrive frozen in the middle of it. So yeah, I think Hallelujah is the better choice here. Choir Boy versus Butters. I think if you go Kenny, Cyborg Kenny, you probably want to go Butters. Or sorry, backwards. If you go Hermes Kenny's, you probably want to go Butters, because you don't want to use your caps on 2 epic assassins. If you can afford the caps, having the Choir Boy and the Hermes would be very, very good. Very good. Just because of those epic levels, and helping beat up the SNR, helping beat up the Osimo, can be very useful. So when you have the caps, I think that would be the best choice. But Astronaut Butters can do great things with his speed boost. Can be really good, so we'll see. Justin, what's up? Osimo versus Zen is an interesting choice. I really like Osimo, but with all the other epics that you're choosing this week, I don't think you want to upgrade him, so I think Zen's the choice. Get the Zen, upgrade him, use him to protect your Mecha, your Nathan, whatever it might be. Use that health to help you out. And it's a nice target, because when you have the Zen and you get mecha'd, it's not a big deal. When you have the Osimo and you get mecha'd, all of a sudden you just put somebody out that's a tool for them to use against you. They get to pick when they steal Osimo. You don't have any say in that, really. So I think Osimo could be detrimental to you, and it's not the greatest choice. Albus, where are you? Program Stand versus Poseidon. I gotta go with Poseidon on this one too. The Poseidon cheaper. Program Stand. If you go Program and Hermes and Choir Boy and Osimo and Sexy Nun, and there's just so many epics in this deck, so you probably want to go the Poseidon for the cheapness, and at whatever level it's the same, so you don't have to worry about it. The ability's the same, so you don't have to worry about leveling it as much. You could leave it base. You saw a lot of teams leave it base and do pretty fine with it. So is Nathan good? Nathan's not great. He used to be pretty good. Those YouTube videos you're watching might be kind of old. The problem with Nathan is that there's just a lot of removal in the game right now that deals with him. Aerostorm's pretty popular. The Fireball, Inkin, Som, all this AoE removal deals with him. In Team Wars, sometimes he's a good pick because you know what removal's out there. So you know there's no removal that can get to your Nathan if you have Zen in front of him, if you have Sexy Nun Randy in front of him. There's nothing that can get to your Nathan. So this week, he's a pretty good choice. Unholy versus Mind Control, we kind of touched on this already. With Mecha being out there and an option, I just think that you're gonna lose the Mind Control battle more often than you're gonna win it. if they're running mind control, whoever mind controls first loses because they can just counter mind control. And if you're not running Unholy, then Sexy Nun or Garrison could really fuck you up. Mecha could really fuck you up. It's really your only chance to kill the Mecha. If they got a good cycle and you can't deal with it, Mecha will win the game by himself behind the Zen or whatever. By himself. Even level 1, he'll do it. So it might be good to Unholy the Mecha whenever you see it. The Garrison, I would probably say, depends on what cards you have in your hand. If you roll into Garrison and you got Zen, then it doesn't matter. Drop Zen out, who cares what happens? But yeah, the knockback from Nathan can be okay, but it's just his attack is just so slow that it usually doesn't benefit him enough. So that's too bad. But he can get some use. I mean, he's not worthless. You can, if you build a deck that kind of helps protect him and helps keep him alive, you can do some good work with him for sure. But it's harder to do than it would be with something like a Medusa, or when you can put Nathan out for 4 cost, or put a card like Medusa out or Mecha for 4 cost. There's just no reason. If Nathan was 3 cost, maybe we'd have a wholly different conversation. Wholly different. But all right, let's get into it. We got the weekly update this week. Hey everyone, Bucks here. This week we got a fantasy week, which is good, not Mystic. Everybody was saying how Mystic always gets the love for the events, but that's just not quite true, But we'll go Mr. Slave on Tuesday, Wednesday, mission events. I kind of like their new weekly thing, spread out rewards. You get to play an event every day if you want to, so the people who are playing every day really get the benefit. And if you're not playing every day, maybe you're playing a little every day, you could still get a pack or 2 and get a little value out of your playtime. So I mean, I think it's pretty useful to have them spread out like this, and it's nice to have an event every day. Not bad. What if you see new cards and don't have in the shop? Should I buy it? For that first one in the PvP shop or the coin pack, yeah, if it's your first copy of it, I would buy it, because then you can start getting it from random drops a little easier. We got the themed token collection event. I mean, pretty basic week this week. Looks like it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be Monday, Thursday are gonna be the same. Tuesday, Wednesday are gonna be packs. And well, actually this one's slightly different, isn't it? Usually it's Wednesday, Thursday is the event, or sorry, the Thursday, Friday is the event, and then Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday is a different event. But it looks like this time they're extending this one to be the 3 days, and then the Thursday event is only 1 day. So that's a little different, I think, than last. Is this a new setup for the event, you mean? Yeah, it's recently new. They changed it once quarantine kind of started, I think to give us just more to do, but I think this is kind of what they're sticking with. I think they wanted to, instead of doing a lot of rewards in the at the weekend packs, they have it all spread out throughout the week. So it does require probably more total playtime, but I think for a lot of us prefer that. A lot of us want to be able to play the game more. So we'll see. We'll see how they change it. Ultimate Speed Crew Challenge. All Cartman, Stan, Kyle, and Kenny cards will have 2x speed. Ooh, that's interesting. That is really interesting. Is that a new one? I don't remember that one. All Cartman, Stan, Kyle, and Kenny cards will have 2x speed. Interesting. So you play them out and they just get instantly hyperdrive. I did say that was one of my challenge mode requests is like a Warboy tweak challenge where every card comes out when you play it with hyperdrive to see what people threw out there. So this is kind of similar to that, but it makes you pick some different ones. So that's actually really cool. I'm not sure what I would run. Maybe BHK, get the stacks really quick, but BHK level 2 kind of sucks balls too. 2 times speed for Mysterion, that's pretty cool too. I wonder if it increases his respawn. Since loads of people can win so many matches to obtain all tokens, and having it go for 2 days would be a drag. Yeah, that's true. Well, this is for the weekly update. This is the overlay I have for the weekly update that we've been doing for like 30 some weeks. And I do have some interesting stuff in the works, guys. I have 6 weeks of Team Wars games in a video that I'm just gonna cut with some music on top and just upload the whole thing to YouTube. Just like a, if you want to sit there and watch Team Wars games for the last few, for like in the past, a bunch of them at once, you can just sit there, watch, vibe out to some tunes, and watch a bunch of different decks go at. I'm gonna call it the plays and the potatoes, or the potatoes and the plays. I think that sounds better. But I was like, oh yeah, I'll put all my Team Wars games together and just throw them all in and do one video. And it turns out that video would have been 17 hours long. So I'm gonna cut it into like 6 weeks a piece, make it about an hour and a half, and then put those out onto YouTube going forward. So gonna be pretty fun. I'm still doing the 30-day timer for the packs. Yeah, it's still 30. The 30 days always been that way. But this is for the Mr. Kim, aka City Walk Guy event. He's a 4-cost epic ranged unit. His charged ability turns allied animals into kamikaze bombers. Each allied animal explodes, dealing damage in a small area. The damage dealt to the new kid is 50% less than the units. Okay, so there's a lot about that we have to unpack. Here's the things. We'll be able to play him max level right away to get a feel for him. Chicken Coop Randy, all of the things that get better, Catapult Timmy, all of the things that get better with him are upgraded. 4S Monkey gets blown up, all that kind of stuff. So, very interesting concept for a card for sure. There's going to be a couple things that really affect whether he's good or not. One, his stats look pretty good. His attack speed will matter, and his movement speed will matter quite a bit whether he's really good. But 220, 35, I think that's around the Shelly range, maybe a little bit less health than Shelly, but a little bit more attack. So we'll see how his attack animation is gonna be fucking awesome, I can tell. But what really is gonna be important is, what's the war cry look like? How long does it take? Is it quick? Is it unholy combustible? Does it immediately blow up the animals, or does it give them like a timer and they'll blow up in a couple seconds or something? So there's a couple nuances to that will matter, but I mean, in the scope of things, this looks to be really good. You could get the cocks out there from Lian, you could chip the new kid and blow them up, you could deal with them. You know, maybe you could blow them up right when the Satan spawns, and they blow up and damage the Satan. Like, even though they'll die and it doesn't really matter, like the Satan takes half health damage or something like that. So it'll really depend on how quick the damage comes out and what the AoE on the damage is. If it's only like a little bit, you know, not so like a Nelly AoE, you know, little bit better. But if it's like a big ass AoE and it's gonna like hit, if you have a cock hitting new kid and it's gonna reach behind new kid and hit the mecha with the AoE or something like that, pretty interesting. Oh, it's charged, not a work right. You're right, I'm stupid. But yeah, same interest. How long does it take to go off once you charge it, you know? That's really what's gonna matter. And how long the charge is, actually. Because if you have to wait, well, the first one's always faster, right? So the first one's half as fast, or half the speed. So if it's 15 seconds, the first one's 7 seconds. So you could really time it pretty easily for that first one to come out, and you can sit on his charge, so. And that actually, the charge works better with stuff like the Cockhouse, the Amazingly Randy, turns Amazingly Randy into like a little suicide bomber. If the Amazingly Randy and City Walk guys, if their abilities are like in tune, and you can do one right after the other, that's gonna be pretty hilarious. You just drop the Randy and it does AoE. But here's the question. Does it do area of effect damage to allies? If I blew him up next to me, if I had Randy and City Walk guy neck to neck shooting shit, and an assassin's coming up to him and they're attacking a tank behind the assassin, and Randy plays his cocks and City Walk guy plays his ability, boom, blows up on the assassin, but does it hurt Amazingly Randy and City Walk guy? I would say no. Increase per level, maybe it will end up being 200 at level 4. Actually, I have that stat. Let me grab it real quick. No team damage? I hope so. I hope it doesn't. Let's see here. The... I'm looking for it in the... Here we go. So at max level, let's say max 4, the power damage is 279. Jesus. And his attack will be 102 with HP 647. His max level 5 stats, which really are the competitive stats, 156 damage to the hero, 312 power damage. Wow. Attack 115, health 722, so around the Shelly. That 722 survives the fireball level 6. Level 5 will survive the fireball level 6. Wow. Wow. Wonder if they instantly explode? I think they'll instantly explode. Yeah, drop rats and pigeons on Manbear Pig? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's crazy. But that's only your allied. It's not gonna blow up the enemies, so remember that. So you're not gonna blow up an enemy Manbear Pig or whatever. It's only allies, so. Very interesting. This guy's gonna be pretty good. And Leanne is already really good, man. Like Leanne, if you have her, I have an account that has level 4 Leanne, and it's so useful, man. It's fucking brutal. It's brutal. Elvis, hey, look at me. Do you have stuff on your face? Were you exploring again? You little fuck. Get over here. He went up in the rafters again. But yeah, this card could be very good. I don't think I'm gonna wail on it. I might buy a couple packs, maybe get him to level 3 in case we see him in Team Wars or something, but you can mind control Manbear Pig and blow him up though. You could do that. That is something you could do. That would be sick. That would be fucking sick, dude. If you mind control him and then city walk him and blow him up, that is sick. I can't wait to see that happen, man. Good point, good point. That'll be great with when we get that garrison card, that if they never release them, but the garrison card, that spot garrison, was it, that mind controls like 5 people around you. You mind control all the swarms around you and then blow them all up. That would be hilarious. But at challenger friendly level, he's got 275 attack, or sorry, 275 health, 43 attack, 105 power damage, not bad, and hero damage 52. So when you're sitting at level, let's say you take him to max 5, 139 damage to the hero. If you do 2 rats, you just took the bar in Team Wars. So I think this motherfucker is gonna be the choice in Team Wars if you got anybody to help. But yeah, the slave cocks, I think the slave cocks are probably one of the most useful use cases of this guy. Once the slave dies, then you have all of a sudden, you have a 900 damage bomb that comes out. And most of the time that's gonna be near the enemy new kid anyway. So yeah, dropping him, oh man, this fucking gross. That card's good, man. Fantasy is so good. Oh man, I'm gonna have to whale $500. Skip the mortgage payment this month, Bubby. You heard me, skip it. Don't forget to join the Discord, SP Discord in chat, !Discord to join my Discord. We have a lot of fun over there and a lot of pictures of Albus if you want to join in the fun. Albus, quit playing with that. Quit playing with that. I got a new table, guys. It's about a 4-foot table. It goes about this far. I have it set a little bit lower than my desk, so after this stream, since I have the next 2 days off, I'm gonna put that behind my desk, and we're gonna have everything set up exactly how we're gonna have it set up, so that'll be nice. What up, Gaming Fatigue? You think the new card will be good? Dude, the new card's gonna be very good. We were just talking about it. Very, very good. Known issues. Manbear Pig and Thunderbird bugs. These 2 units will occasionally stop dealing damage to the new kid. Okay, that's good. Good they know that that's happening. Card request. Currently there's a bug that doesn't allow you to request cards from teammates. A workaround is to select the cards that are not currently in your deck, or selecting the card from the specific theme tag instead of the deck tag. I'm not sure what that means. That's all we've got for now. If you have any questions, feel free to jump into the Discord server and ask. All right, well, let's keep going. So it could be a possibility Red Lynx is going to keep adding new cards into the game. Oh, of course. Of course. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that Spock card actually coming. The bug of Man Bear Pig is super OP. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, and especially since they're in Team Wars. Really, when you have bugged cards, you cannot put them in Team Wars. You just can't do it. Like, League of Legends, if there's a bugged champion, you can't play it in ranked. It's just grayed out. If there's a champion that's too broken, that they know is too OP, they don't let you play it in competitive games. They just take it out. So you just to have a known bug, and use that, put that card in Team Wars is bullshit. Like, Unholy Combustion was bugged. It was in Team Wars. Man Bear Pig bugged in Team Wars. Zen was freezing the game in Team Wars. It's just ridiculous. Does Butt Monkey, Thunderbird, Mosquito Swarm, and the pig count as animals? Pig would, Swarm would, Thunderbird wouldn't. It's not an animal, it's a robot. Butt Monkey would count. Big Murph will be released in PvP shops. That'd be nice. Full list of animals: Four-assed, Man Bear Pig, pigeons, rats, cocks, mosquito swarms, snakes. All right. No news at the moment. What's the word on reworking season reset and rewards? As it stands now, there's no true reason to try to obtain and retain a person's highest ranking possible. Well, that's not true. You want to stay as high as possible so that at season reset, you start as high as possible so that it's easier to get higher so that you can get your cap sooner. If you're super competitive, you care about that. Season reset needs to be reworked in a way that ranks aren't so well compressed. It's infuriating to have battle people that should be above 8K or below 8K. Well, like, I get that, but at the same time, how are you ever gonna know if you're good or not? Yeah, Pigeon Gang was right here, pigeons. How are you gonna know if you're good or not? Like, if you're just fighting the people who are around your rank, you're never gonna play the people who are just better than you, because they'll always be higher than you. So you don't really get to gauge yourself. You're never gonna learn anything because nobody's gonna teach you anything down there. So if you go up against someone with better levels and better rank and stuff, like, you can learn something from them, even if it's a way to maybe counter one of those cards, or maybe deal with one of those cards. You have to play against people that are better than you to get better. And to have the opportunity to do that every month is actually pretty cool. Whoever thought Man Bear Pig wasn't pain in the ass enough is a Jon Snow. For the love of everything that is unholy, please nerf Man Bear Pig. I think he's fair where he's at. I think he's strong, but I think he's fair. He's still 7 cost. Like, it's not, there's so many cards that can help deal with him, you know? There's Unholy Combustion, there's DSR, there's Leanne, there's Transmog, there's Cock Magic. There's so much that can deal with them. There's Inuit, you know? I mean, rather than requesting a card from your current deck slot, go into the actual theme tab and request a card from there instead. I don't think I know what you're talking about, requesting a card from your current deck slot. I don't think I ever request a card from my current deck. The new card seems it would be end of game changer for the final bar. I like it. Oh yeah, for sure. You know, slave dies, pops up, the cocks, boom, kill him. That's what it matters. Like, if you can instantly kill them, it'd be nice. If you can trigger it before they spawn, it'd be good. If you can't trigger it unless you have an animal out there, the cock spawn, you click it, and by the time it goes off, they're already dead. You know, maybe it won't be as good as we think it will, so it'll just kind of depend on the animation. Been seeing videos and also been in game personally where the new kid is doing a push and the game suddenly lags and cards that killed stay alive and keep pushing. That's just lag. Airplane mode hack. Try putting your phone on airplane mode mid-match and watch what happens. And you tell me how you could possibly use that to your fucking advantage. Don't forget Sorceress Leanne can also turn allies into the chickens. Well, I mean, she said cocks. Spawned by cock magic, chicken coop, slave, amazingly Randy, etc., etc. I'm sure you can understand that that means Leanne cocks too. It also doesn't specify. It doesn't specify the catapult Timmy shooting the rats. It doesn't specify that. It just, oh yeah, it does specify that. I lied. The transmog, like, imagine somebody transmogging you and you blowing them up and that takes the bar. Like, that would just be fucking epic. That would be epic. Will 4-ass monkey Deathwish? I mean, yeah, I don't see why not. I don't want to do that one. It's Manbear Pig. He's supposed to be powerful. He killed Satan. Everyone else is having a great time with him. They just buffed him because he kind of stank before. The only real difference is ground swarms don't work now. Many times pigeons easily kill him. Learn the card better before asking for nerfs. Yeah, I mean, sometimes the meta changes things completely and just puts another card in there. Like once Inuit became more played, you started seeing Aerostorm more often. Once Manbear Pig started getting played, you started seeing more DSR again. You started seeing Lian, Cock Magic back in people's decks because they had kind of pulled it out for the cheaper stuff. And then you start seeing, you'll see a card like Pigeons. Now with the City Walk guy, you put Pigeons out and they can deal with the Manbear Pig, and then all of a sudden they're a fucking kamikaze bomb headed at you. Shouldn't the explosion depend on the level of the animal? I was thinking that, but I actually kind of like that it's not dependent on that, because then it doesn't matter what your other card levels are, right? Like that's like a whale. That's a whale card. Then it's if it matters what level they are. You know, if it's a level 7 card, you get more damage. Obviously, the rats are going to be more beneficial than doing like anything or anything rare. So I think it's good that it doesn't matter. But I think it is a little bit high damage at the higher, like 300 some, when you're always going to have a couple of them. That means Randy is able to do like 600 damage every, 10, 15, 20 seconds. I can't imagine a charge being more than 15 seconds. He's supposed to be powerful. The only real difference. Did that guy just say the same thing? What the fuck? That's not how you do forums, bro. Why does the description of City Walk say he explodes allied enemies? This seems incorrect. It leads me to believe he would blow up my own guys. Yeah, that's the idea. It also says it explodes animals in plural form. Does this mean it will explode all animals, or did the number of exploding animals increase? I think it's pretty fucking explicit. It's like you're reading the answers and you just don't believe them. You think that they're wrong. Everything on the card is right. So you're reading it and you're thinking, it couldn't possibly mean all animals. It couldn't possibly mean my animals. Yeah, they're fucking kamikaze. He's Japanese. He's Chinese. They're making a joke on kamikaze pilots. Duh. Oh wow, Fantasy gets another card to deal with Manbear Pig, yep. The issue with Manbear Pig isn't his newfound area damage or his stats, it's the knockback. Well, that's interesting. An example is Witch Doctor token, another strong legendary card. If I play Witch Doctor, my opponent plays Manbear Pig in front, my Witch Doctor would not be able to use his ability. Yeah, it's called You Got Countered. Manbear Pig counters Witch Doctor. Congratulations, dude, you got countered. You lost that exchange. You can do it. Witch Doctor can pull Manbear Pig, but you just have to be good at it. You have to have some sort of level of skill and timing. You can't just go out there and hit the button and hey, Albus, stop it. You can't just go out there and do it willy-nilly. You know, it takes a little practice. You gotta wait for him to walk up to you. I don't think many people would know him as Mr. Kim, but I guess, it's Sorceress Leanne. It's not Sorceress Cartman's mom. So I guess there's precedence there. Mr. Slave is Mr. Slave, Big Al, Big Al. Is there anybody who's not their name? Stewart Stewart, Sizzler Stewart is still Stewart. Yeah, I guess that tracks. They should give him a little respect. Name him. It must have been when Albus was messing with that when I reached it, muted me. Motherfucker. Alright, hold on. Uh-oh. I lost my mouse, guys. But yeah. Smokeout, what's up, buddy? Welcome back. So if the explosion's AoE, how beneficial it would be to take out back ranged units? Well, you got to get the swarm there, right? So there's a potential for it to be good, but there's also potential for you to not get very much value out of it. It really depends on how your opponent plays, because once you have those animals out there, it's kind of in your opponent's hands, unless you're playing them on your side, dropping the rats onto somebody and blowing them up immediately. Unless you're doing that, but I could see City Walk guy getting blown up a lot. Shitty walk, right? Dr. Janice was his alter ego. They said Cartman's mom name more than Mr. Kim. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Did they always refer to him as the City Walk guy, though? Maybe that's why. Shitty Wall! My Shitty Wall! Yeah, your first team was Shitty Wall, I remember that. And then M stole you, and then I stole you. Still stick with my... Or where are we at? I don't think I'm really asking for a nerf. In fact, I fared pretty well in dealing with Manbear Pig through a handful of different strategies. That being said, I still stick by a major point that a 4-cost legend card should not be completely nullified. Dude! Yes, it should! Why shouldn't cards have counters? What the fuck? I'm not even gonna read that. Why shouldn't cards have counters? The name of the card is lame and lazy. I'm sure there's a reason. I must be missing something. If you don't like his knockback effect and want solo fighters to be able to get hits in on him from the front, then you're asking for a nerf. But yeah, that would be a nerf, because that is one of his benefits. But at some points, the knockback can be like detrimental too. You know, he hits your Medusa that he would kill, but instead he hits your Medusa back. I put my Zen in between it, and all of a sudden Manbear Pig is walking his ass around Zen for 5 seconds before he can even attack Medusa again. So sometimes it fucks you up. I'll concede that point. I guess it would be a nerf. I suppose I'll break my own rules in this instance and ask for a small nerf. You're not asking for, like, that's not less of a nerf, that's also like a buff to Witch Doctor too, you know? But even if the knockback was less, it wouldn't matter. And I mean, if Manbear Pig's AoE was all the way around his model, or like his actual, where you can attack him was all the way out there, then you wouldn't be able to, like, his attack would have to reach further than that. So it'd be stupid. I think City Walk Guy is actually a good name for the card. That's what I call him when I reference the show, yeah. However, I still don't want new cards. Rewards being nerfed, game becoming more and more pay to win. The game's been pay to win since day one. I mean, it's a pay to win game. That's how they fucking, that's the whole idea. It has to be, or else nobody would pay. It's a good model, man. It keeps shit going. What's the problem with stylistic suck? What? South Park has always thrived on half-assing on purpose. It's their style. They still haven't given some characters first or last names, and some of them keep changing names. That's pretty funny. What the fuck is powerful supposed to mean? Attack 10,000 is powerful, then I guess Manbear Pig is not powerful enough and it should be buffed, right? Manbear Pig right now is too powerful relatively to everything else in the game. I don't think so. There's a card that takes his health away, half of his health away for 4 cost. There's cards that kill him for 3 cost in Kenny. There's cards that kill him for a 2 cost benefit in Unholy and stuff. Like, what are you talking about? Manbear Pig... Pope is what's broken. Pope is the problem. If Manbear Pig couldn't be brought back with Pope, then Manbear Pig wouldn't be anywhere near as good. It reminds me of Psalm. Now you need 2 instant removals in every deck, or Manbear Pig will rock your world. I do not always win with a level 3, but if I could just get that level 4, insanity would surely ensue. And that's a miscalculation. People think that, oh, all I need is this 1 card. Some people don't realize that, you know, even though, yeah, that guy beat me with that level 4 Manbear Pig, it was everything else in his deck that allowed him to do that. It was having the level 5 Psalm that you were forced to Unholy and not Lightning Bolt that made you not able to deal with the Manbear Pig. It was having the Garrison, the Randy, something big that you had to deal with and put your cards out to deal with those and use DSR early so that Manbear Pig, like, so you have to have the corresponding cards. You can't just put Manbear Pig in a deck and it's good. So that is instantly not as good as Psalm, DSR, Incan even. There's cards, Medusa, Ninju, there's Witch Doctor to an extent. There's cards where they're good no matter what. Fucking Shield Maiden, you can put Shield Maiden in any deck in the whole game and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So Manbear Pig, you can't just throw him in any deck willy-nilly and get value. But with some other legend cards and some other cards, you can. Now, which is better? Is Hanky better? Because you can legitimately play Hanky in every single deck and he's a monster in it. Yeah, I mean, if you got Manbear Pig, you're running the Pope. Like, almost guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. If you're not, then you're probably losing a lot of games with Manbear Pig. Because he's really not that good. If you have a deck that's built to deal with the Manbear Pig, or at least have a couple cards that are there to deal with the Manbear Pig, which at this point you should, because Why wouldn't you? He's a very common card right now. Why would you not adjust your deck for the current meta? If you don't, that's your fault. If Manbear Pig is everywhere, Witch Doctor Token might not be the right fucking choice anymore. Take him out of your deck, man. It'll make you better because he's a bad card. Witch Doctor Token is not a good card. You think he's good because he used to be good, because you used to kick ass with him, but he's got nerfed slowly. The power binds, the removals, the chunk removals, all of this stuff is in there to make him worse. Inuit Kenny makes him almost worthless. DSR makes him worthless. Leanne makes him worthless. There's so many cards that make him worthless. He's not a good card. So take him out, and then maybe with the extra 2 energy you save by replacing him with a useful card, you might be able to deal with Manbear Pig then. Your Inuit takes exactly 1 hit from level 4 Manbear Pig. Exactly, that's perfect. Manbear Pig's a crutch. He's a big crutch. Big crutch for sure. But that does it for this week's weekly update. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Exclamation point SPPD for the giveaway. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna roll into that. Catch it on YouTube, catch it on the Twitch VOD if you missed anything. We will be back here at the same time next week at 7 p.m. Central with the giveaway. So make sure you're here live to catch that. Premium loot box from Drew Dog. I'll hit you up with that. Well, Pegs will hit you up with that. By YouTube. We will see you guys next week for the weekly update. And don't forget, Thursday we're doing a giveaway. Friday we're doing a giveaway. Thursday we got some South Park coming at you. Friday we got South Park and Tokyo 42, probably the last stream with Tokyo 42. Saturday we got South Park and Minion Masters and Heroic, and then South Park, and then Rage 2, and then Sunday we got more South Park, and then we got the retro stream coming at you with N64 A to Z. So make sure you're there for that. Drew Dog, we'll catch you with that. The giveaway coming. Peace out, YouTube, and we're out of here. Bye.